is going to be a champion one day. The question is when? It's now.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, we here at the red carpet ring, guys. We are here to talk about Monday Night Raw. This is for November 18th episode. You guys get the lights as we come in. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, what happened on the show. They also go over my review and grading. Also go over current news and also go over the bonus round and talk about current news going on. So you guys get the like sub as you come in, and as usual, now you guys do that simple task.
Not real.
Trust me.
But that doesn't do anything, man.
So we are here, guys. We here live for Facebook and X as well, guys. So we here definitely talk about it today. We are headed into Survivor Series WarGames, which will be a week from Saturday. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into that. So, thank you all for coming out. Now, before we do go any further, guys, we definitely got to talk about the match card for Monday Night Raw. Definitely got to talk about that. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into that. And also, let's look over the match card for Raw. Let's look over that real quick. It's the match card for Monday Night Raw. Let's go over that real quick. Look over that for a couple seconds, and then we'll get into it. All right, look at the card here. We have Sheamus versus Bron Breakker for Intercontinental Championship title match. Seth Rollins versus Bronson. We had a mixed tag team match of LWO members, Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega versus American Made, Chad Gable, Ivy Niles. And we had a tag team match of Judgment Day of Dominic Mysterio and Carlito versus the War Raiders. Let's get into that before we get into it. Kyle Fleming, what's going on? He said, I really don't care about the women's WarGames match, Survivor Series. We're going to talk more about that. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about it. So, kick off the show, we got the women's WarGame match is official. So to kick it off, this is pre-recorded, so I know before we go off, I saw the spoiler, I know what happened. Yeah, we get that. Let's get into that. Now, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez kicked off the show. They had a promo talking about the women's division. Then Nia Jax, Timmy Stratton, and Candice LeRae from SmackDown came in there to join Liv. Then, while they were talking about Bianca and the rest of them, they came out. Bianca came out, Jade came out, Iyo and Naomi interrupted. Nia had a little bit to say, saying, I don't like you, but I don't care for you, and you don't matter. And then, why it looked like Bianca, Jade, Naomi, and Iyo was not matched up well, unevenly matched. We saw a return of Rhea Ripley. She has returned for the first time since she was attacked. So definitely it was something interesting to see. Yeah, this was crazy, guys. And next thing you know, all women start brawling out. And with that being said, the women's WarGame match is made official. This is what we have. Team Rhea Ripley, Iyo, Bianca, Jade, Naomi versus Liv, Nia, Tiffany, Raquel, and Candice LeRae. It's official. We're going to have that matchup. That's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing is going to play out. Definitely going to be something to talk about. But the segment was good. I have my reservation about to see how it's being set up, but we'll see. But yeah, these women were going at it. Definitely going at it. Salute to you, figure 4. Yeah, should have been Bailey. Right. We'll get to that though. But this kicked off Monday Night Raw. Kicked off the show for Raw. With that being said, let's get on to the first match on the card, shall we? We have Rey Mysterio. Oh, not Raw match. I'm sorry. That's the match. Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega versus Chad Gable and Ivy Nile. So we have tag team action. Now we know LWO. We know they've been beefing with American Made. We know these two teams were going at it. But this was a very good match, actually. I like how Zelina Vega, she was doing her thing in the match. She had Chad Gable. If you look, she had her Quran on him. She was really doing her thing. As you see, Rey Mysterio got Chad Gable. A very, very good match, though. Very good match. I will say that Ivy now, she dominated mostly for the team. She got over Zelina Vega. However, soon as Zelina Vega was trying to get through at first, Chad Gable always stopped her. And she went while she was trying to stop the hot tag from Zelina to Rey, she hit Chad with the Inseguri. That's when Zelina just took off after tagging Rey. Just took off. I don't care how you put it, it was going. Definitely going. However, what Rey did, you know, he had a frog splash, and it was Rey and Zelina getting the match. They won the match. So those two won the match, though. So yeah, that was crazy, though. Very good matchup, though. Very good matchup. I like what it's involved with these teams. I know American Made. They've been trying to rebound since the whole YF6 took them down. It's definitely interesting. With that being said, that was good. Now we got to move on. Now we got to get to the next match. We got the IC title on the line. We got Bron Breakker versus Sheamus, the veteran Sheamus. This match was very, very good. This was a good match. I liked the chemistry of these two. I liked how Sheamus got some offense and Bron Breakker got some offense. And Sheamus was I love he put the emphasis on this the one title that I never won, preventing him becoming a Grand Slam champion. It's literally Sheamus won every other title except for this. But anyway, these two going at it, and I like how Bron Breakker he did the Frankensteiner. He almost botched it. He did do a little move. He did get off on the top rope and got Sheamus. So it was close, but he got it. Bron Breakker's so versatile, and I've been telling people Bron Breakker been a real deal since NXT days when he was the NXT champion. You know, the dog thing. But anyway, I know Sheamus as Bron's going for a spear. Sheamus got with a knee strike, and then he had a two fall and a near fall. But Bron Breakker had rebounded and hit Sheamus with a spear, and Sheamus rolled right out of the ring. Very smart move by a veteran that he is. And just when the match got good, we get that Chump Kaiser coming out, and he had to attack Bron. And all we heard was ding, 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 that he attacked Sheamus. He attacked him because he had a segment with Gunther earlier after Gunther had the chest out saying, hey, do not speak for me like you spoke to me last week against Damian Priest in that promo. And he said he needs to be on man, stay on your own 2 feet. And that's exactly what Kaiser did. And I have to say, even though Kaiser ruined a good match, I got to give credit with credit's due. Kaiser, I'm liking more and more Kaiser. I gotta give him not just a yeet, I gotta give him a super chat for this.
Yeet, delete, yes, we believe in Joe Hendry. Suck it. Woo! What? Yeah.
That was good match by Bron and Sheamus, and then the interference from Kaiser. So more than likely, this is going to become a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. That's exactly what's going to go down with these guys. A very, very well constructed match. Very well played out by these guys. Next match we'll get into, we had another tag team match, not a mixed one, just a normal tag team match. And let's get to now this tag team match. I want to say it was good. It was actually the War Raiders versus New Day. No, War Raiders versus Judgment Day. Got the wrong day. That's not the day to put in. Not New Day, but Judgment Day. I don't think New Day didn't even have a match this week. Not at all. But other than that, though, this match here, I mean, I know that the War Raiders normally do their thing. They normally shut it down. They normally do. I just did not get that feeling this time. I didn't. I didn't get that feeling this time in this particular matchup. No matter what they tried to do, no matter what they try to put together, I felt like, I don't know, guys, it just, something just was not clicking in this particular matchup. Something was not clicking. I don't know what the whole deal was. It just was not clicking in this matchup. And we'll get to that right now. I don't know what it was. I did not like this at all. We'll look at it right now. This was it's actually one of my least favorite matches of the night. Now there's still tension in the Judgment Day with Dominic and Finn. As you can see, Judgment Day is continuing on the loser streak. And after the match was over, Finn and JD came in to attack the Raiders. Said not my most favorite match, but War Raiders did get the win on Judgment Day members, but they just seemed so weak. Other than that, though, that was the end of that match. And we have some other segments, by the way. Like I said, we had the whole Gunther and Damian Priest. Damian Priest, he was brave for Gunther. Gunther tried to attack him backstage before he talked to Kaiser. I was thinking it was right after he talked to Kaiser. And Damian Priest decked him as Gunther tried to put him in a sleeper. They had that segment backstage. And one thing that Damian Priest told him, he had told him too, he said, you might be a general in the ring, but on the streets I'm a king. But other than that, though, then of course we got the whole backstage. The Usos and Sami Zayn tried to talk to Seth Rollins again, asked him to join the OG Bloodline for the men's WarGames match. But he said no again. He said, I'm not going to do anything with that tyrant Roman Reigns. He said, I would love to help you guys, but I just can't do it. Remember, he said last week, if he get in the ring with Roman Reigns, he would stop his head to the ground. He told that to Solo. He also didn't take his offer. But Bloodline's trying, the OG Bloodline's trying to get that fifth member. So that was going on throughout the night. They have asked Seth twice. They have asked LA Knight. They have asked Bron Breakker. OG Bloodline and Death, they ask everybody. But anyway, before that, we're gonna get to the main event. Speaking of Seth Rollins, he had a main event 1-on-1 against Bronson Reed. You know these guys been going at it for a minute. As usual, Seth always come out and do his thing, as well as Bronson Reed. We know that Rollins seemed like he was hosted on very well. He was gonna get the pinfall on Sikoa, and Bronson Reed had that spot outside. He had that too. And I know they have good chemistry. I will say that. I like Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. I saw this at Crowd Jewel. Anyway, I like how Rollins, he was going to go at the top rope, but Solo Sikoa came and appeared on the announce table. He distracted Seth Rollins, and Bronson Reed was able to recover. He hit him with the Valley Driver, the D Valley Driver, and he had not one but two sentons. And then he got with the finisher, the Tsunami, and we got Bronson Reed defeating Seth Rollins 1-on-1. So Bronson 1 win over Seth, Seth 1 win over Bronson. But that was the end of Monday Night Raw. And yeah, that was on the end of the show. Now I will go over the rating in a second. Then we'll get over to current news, and we'll get over to the bonus round, all that stuff. So, but we had a lot going on here. We had a lot going on. I will say we had Bron Breakker IC title match with Sheamus. Main event, Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. We had two tag team matches. One was a mixed tag team match. Gunther and Damian Priest. They got a match. Survivor Series for world title. Those two were getting it on backstage. And we also had the Bloodline being thirst buckets, asking and begging and pleading if you want to get on the for Survivor Series. And then, of course, we kicked off Monday Night Raw with the women having the official WarGames and the return of Rhea Ripley. So we got someone from SmackDown came along, like Jay, Bianca. They tag team champs. I know that's different, but we did get Candice LeRae. We got Naomi, Nia, and Tiffany. 4 women besides the tag team champs come from SmackDown to Raw. But other than that, though, let me get my review on this. But also, I'm going to go over match tonight as well. My review is 4 out of 5. Solid review, solid show. We are getting prepared for Survivor Series, which, like I said, is coming up. Week from Saturday. But yeah, this was good, though. Very good. Khalil said, I'm more happy for the men's WarGames match more than women's because the man was built up more than women's. I can't even argue with that. I got one word for that. One word to describe that. Yeet. Got a good point. And then let's not forget about that. We also had Kaiser. He cut a good promo too, interrupting that championship match. He made his mark. You guys remember what he said backstage?
It's going to be a champion one day. The question is when? It's now.
And that's Kaiser. That's Kaiser doing his thing. I like Kaiser more and more. And he's playing his role so well. Kaiser, dude, you can't stand, but at the same time, you want to see Kaiser win. And I want to see Kaiser win because he is a great talent. So, review 4 out of 5. Let's go over match of the night. And I think it's clearly evident if you watch the review throughout this time which one I'm going to pick. And if I had to guess, I'm going to pick, yes, Sheamus versus Bron Breakker for the IC title match. These guys worked so well together. They did their thing. Now, even though it did not end in the pinfall, it was a DQ, it still was well outplayed. Sheamus looked like he really was going to almost beat Bron for that title. Bron Breakker looking like a very good Intercontinental champion. Hopefully do the run with him right this time. But definitely a good one. I can't even hold you on this one. Very solid one. I like where this is going. So they're gonna keep it up. I gotta give time to keep it up. I have no problem with that at all whatsoever. No problem at all whatsoever. That was very, very well played. And Other than that, oh yeah, we had the YS62 the little thing with Miz, a little interaction with them. But other than that, it's a very good show. Very good show. It's not a bad show at all. Some things irritated me, and I get to the whole what went wrong with Raw shortly. I'll get into that. But I think it was a very fair show. Fair grading, but very good, solid show. Higher than a C, but not an A plus. If that makes any sense to you. I think that's the best way to describe Monday Night Raw. It's just, man, we getting used to this 2 hours. We're about to have the 3 hours reportedly. About to get that very, very soon, guys. So you got to keep a lookout for that. Supposed to get the 3 hours back with Netflix. Hopefully, they don't have that streaming issue. Hopefully not. I don't think they will. But other than that, this is a very good show. I like the way this is going. You gotta give it credit where credit's due the most on here. So definitely I give that. Definitely match of the night. Khalil said, I was seeing intentions of Roman Reigns and the Usos way before they broke up. David broke up or they broke up. Okay. Yeah. With that being said, we also go over something else that was announced too before we go into current news and bonus round. Next week's match, I should say, we do have Bianca Belair. She's gonna go 1-on-1 against Nia Jax, and it's for the Survivor Series WarGames Advantage match. So whoever wins, their respective team will get the advantage up into WarGames. So we'll see how this ends. Will end in DQ. I don't know who's gonna win this one. That I'm not sure. Also, guys, check out the Raw. If you want to see how the Raw review, go on the community tab right now. What would you rate Raw? Let's see what the tally says so far. We had 29% people give it an A. We had 56% people give it a B. 6% give it a C. D or F 9%. So that's the tally up for that. This is next week's match. Bianca versus Nia. You said Kaiser is still in Dom's heat. Unfortunately, you are correct. I gotta give you a
Yeet.
And unfortunately for Dom, since he ain't getting it major like he used to, this is what I gotta say about Dominic Mysterio as far as that goes.
And no yeet.
No yeet. Dom should definitely be getting all the heat right now. See what else you guys got to say before we get to current news. What do you think of the YS6? I'm about to talk about them in a second, actually, Harley. I'm about to go over what went wrong with Raw. Then I go to current news, that bonus round. He is now the most hated on Raw. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Man, no one likes Kaiser. I think they should do that for men's WarGames against match more than women's. I think they are going to do an advantage match. I think they are. Khalil, I'm not sure. They might do that. They might. It may. If it ain't, it may be on Raw as well. If not Raw, SmackDown. But I think they are going to get into that. If I had to guess, if I had to take a knockout of the park, they're going to do that. More likely, I can see them doing that. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. It would make sense for them to have an advantage match, because I can't see how they would do it for the women's division and not do one for the men's. That I don't understand for life of me. So it will only be fitting if they were to do that for that show as well. Now, like I said, I don't know what show it's going to be on per se. That I don't know, but I could definitely see something happening. So we got to stay tuned. More likely to do it. But you got to remember, we don't have all the members for the men's WarGames. We're missing one guy. And I think that's why they're not doing that right now, because of that. So keep that in mind as well. That may play a role in that too. Why it's not going on. So I could definitely see that happening. But they always have an advantage over the matches. They always have some type of advantage. Always. That's how Raw WWE does it. Raw and SmackDown, don't matter which one, they're definitely going to do that. And it depends on which team wins. Whoever wins the advantage, we gonna see where they take it from there. That's all I gotta say as far as that goes. Like I said, it's WarGames time. Whoever gets the advantage over each team, who will get the advantage? That's we got to find out. At some given point, we're gonna know what's up. We're gonna know what the whole deal is. I can't see it any other way. I can't, for that matter. Let's see what else you got to say. It's so many Survivor Series team wars. It's so many Survivor Series team matches we could be having. WarGames is wasting the Survivor Series brand. And I've been saying that myself, Figure 4. I've been saying that this match, they need to go elsewhere. Main roster really don't need WarGames. I've been saying that. So it depends if they're going to move forward or not with it. It all depends what they're going to do with this. But yeah, I agree with that statement. You definitely need to do something else with it. Lil said Roman Reigns is not the bad guy in the storyline. With Seth Rollins is the bad guy. Yeah, well they're playing him off as a tweener. And yes, I agree. He is Roman is a babyface now, especially that different theme song and everything that he started using at WrestleMania 40. But yeah, he's definitely not the bad guy, but that's how they want to play it. We'll see. Gunther, Shabbat Damien, Shabbat. Yeah, definitely they're Gunther world champ. But we're going to get into it, guys. Let's get into that. That being said, we're going to get into what went wrong with Raw. Despite the rating I give the show every single week, there are certain things that I may see wrong or definitely see a big issue. So we'll go over that shortly and see what the problems are. To answer your question, what's your name again? Harley. This what I'm talking about now. YS6, they're not getting buzz like I thought they would. I don't see a lot of good things going on right now with the Wyatts. YS6, that whole stable, I don't see what the deal is. Now, they made a good impact. Remember, we was waiting on them to debut for the longest, forever. However, they finally debuted. They did their thing. They made their mark. They did. But at the same time, when they made their mark, it was so sporadic. You see YS6 this week, see him in the next few weeks, see him this week, see him that week. It was just up and down with the YS6. One week we'll see a great promo cut or a match. We don't see him for another 3 weeks to a month. Like I said, even when I saw him on Raw, I thought they was going to be one of the top programs on Raw, but I guess I was wrong. And I like O'Dowd's Uncle Howdy. He looks just like Bray Wyatt here in this episode, but they're not getting that much buzz like I thought they would. And if you don't get that much buzz like that, you don't get that much attention, you know what happens.
You just made the list!
I do not like this. YS6, I think that it's like they have to keep them there. I don't know how the contracts are, the current stars. We got Bo Dallas. We got Eric Rowan returning. We got Joe Gacy called from NXT. We got Dexter Lumis. We got Nikki Cross. Who's the sixth person I'm missing? There's somebody else too. But we got all 6 members of YS6. And they're not doing nothing like I thought they would. Yes, they're winning matches. Yes, they're doing their thing in the matches, but they're not one of the main focuses on the show. They're just not. Like I said, you got Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. Then they got this whole story with the Miz coming after the Miz and the whole Miz, and I'm getting to that. Like I said, I'm just not feeling this. I'm not feeling this right now. I'm just not. I'm not really feeling this, guys. I can't even hold it in. I gotta be honest. I'm not liking where this is going, and I've got a strange feeling we may get a little something of another stable that makes the impact when they first come on the scene, and then they just go from up to down. Look at Nexus. Look at Retribution. And I feel like YS6 is going to be another part of that whole fold. I feel like that's where they're going with it. And it's sad, but it don't make no sense. And I said this before too. We got too many stables on Raw. I'm going to say it again. We have too many stables on Monday Night Raw. It's just some stables we do not need. We don't need it. It's just overfilled with too much stables. And I'm getting tired of it. I said Raw's doing good, but something they just need to work on, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't see this YS6 really doing anything spectacular anymore. I did at first, but not anymore. I don't see anything going on with this situation here. Sucks, but it's true. And some of you guys know it's true deep down inside. You may, or some of you don't agree, but the ones of you who do deep down agree, the stable should get way bigger than what it should be. See what you guys have to say. Everyone is saying that Seth is Roman's fifth man, but when he called Paul, I immediately thought Punk or Brock. Well, CMNDR Gray Fox, a lot of us did, I don't think Brock's going to be an option. Punk, possible. I don't see it. Iyo be out on the same team as Bozo Creative. Talk about that too. Y6 should go after Dominic. But see, judges like they about to break up. Saying that's a good point. Liv Morgan, I think she sucked with Dominic Mysterio. Ripley, he was good. A lot of people not big on Liv. Exactly why 17. Chad Gable, 17 is what was right. Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball. They should give him a cinema match by now. That's why I said Retribution and Nexus. It's too many stables. But that's one thing I saw a problem. And this is going to be a connection to this. Another thing I saw wrong with Raw, as well as this Y6 situation. Can we talk about how Miz and Final Testament have zero chemistry? Can we talk about that? Who is a fan of the Miz being teamed up or aligned with Final Testament? Anybody? Because I'm not. It seems like this is forced. Miz has tried to weasel his way out time and time again for Final Testament, and to no avail. Or they play this little story, and it's just not working. And I've said this before too. Final Testament is another stable that just can't get over. And I mean over, I mean major boos from the crowd. I don't mean cheering. I mean boos. Heel, when I mean over, boos. Babyface, over, cheers. But I don't see that. I like Karrion Kross, but this thing was not working. That's already, they're trying to do the whole thing with Miz. That's also not working. Miz has not been the same since him and R-Truth lost the World Tag Team titles to the Judgment Day. And ever since he turned on R-Truth, I thought him and Truth would have a little rivalry, Miz would have on Truth, vice versa, Truth with Miz. But to no avail. Miz is not being utilized. And Miz, you don't really have to go to matches. He's good for story. I don't know what they do with Miz, but we all know what happens when it gets to I feel a certain way about stuff like this. We all know what happened.
You just made the list!
You do not like this at all. No. This is ridiculous. So you guys have to say. I feel like they don't know what they're doing with the Miz. Exactly. I don't know either, Zane. There's no story for Miz. Now, we all talk about Vince McMahon. Vince did this and Vince did that. Vince were ripping up scripts 3 hours before the show. He did it 5-6 times and blah, 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 blah. Now, Triple H writing scripts, but he's being lazy booking. Figure 4 said it. Facts, Triple H has repetitive booking. He stuck with a fixed perspective. Plus, he has his favorite that he relied on. All he do is repeat storylines that work for him at NXT. Oh, man. That was money right there. Gotta give you a due for that, Figure 4. You on fire today.
Yeet.
That's exactly what Triple H is doing. I don't like where they're going with this thing. But back to Miz and Final Testament. I don't even know how to end this storyline, honestly. How do you end this whole storyline with Miz and Final Testament? Miz obviously can't beat Final Testament by himself. He needs some help, but the thing about it is nobody likes the Miz on Raw. Nobody wants to help him. You try to go back to our truth dectum. Nobody wants to deal with Miz. It's like Miz is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He has to go and work with Final Testament, which is not good for him. And also, Final Testament already has no story. Miz has no story. It's like you put two people together, a stable and an individual together, who have no story, and you put two people together that still have no story. They already had no story. So once again, we know what happens when it gets to be like that.
You just made the list!
So, like I said, Final Testament is in the same boat Miz is in. No story, no direction, no creativity, none whatsoever. And like I said, and this will lead to a lot of frustration within the characters. You can't tell me that these people backstage are not having any kind of frustration with creative backstage. You can't tell me that otherwise. You can't. But it's not going too well. I don't like what his Final Testament and Miz go. And I think Figure 4 said it. He said it right here. Too many stables should be a good thing for Survivor Series concept. Triple H ain't all that great when you remove the rose color. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I don't stand that either. Y'all the stables. Nothing else is going to happen. Khalil said people think you're supposed to lie on Triple H. Booking's bad. Khalil, with that statement you just said, I actually said this a few days ago to myself. I figured out why people like Triple H's creative so much. It's not just we want to get away from Vince McMahon and the years and years of bad creative. You gotta remember, everyone was still fresh off Triple H having that cardiac arrest episode where he almost didn't make it. He was sick, and I think everybody has sympathy for him. They felt sorry for Triple H. They weren't just happy that he got the creative of head booking position. They were just happy he was alive. They were just happy that happened, you know. And I think that's what it is when it came to Triple H. They were just so happy that he made it, you know. That's what I think it came down to when it came to that. And now we're getting used to Triple H booking. We went from praising him and being happy for Triple H, by he booked all the shows, you know, breaking records, gate records, attendance records, ticket sales records. And now some of the booking that Triple H does, I just look at some of the stuff he does, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, PLE or PLE, whatever, and I just got 2 words.
No.
I'm just not with it. Not with it. But yeah, that's the whole thing with Triple H. Yeah, nobody can ask me for help. And I heard Triple H does not book good like Vince McMahon, but he chooses not to. It's interesting. Yeah, Triple H definitely has patterns of repetitive storylines, and he does it on the same shows to these different characters. Facts. Did we forget the Final Testament's beef with Kofi? Yeah, I think they forgot. Cole, I know Xavier Woods ain't forget. He mentioned on Raw. So, yeah, that's another thing I saw wrong with Raw. And we don't get to the big part, the big fish of Raw. And I think it was mentioned earlier. I'm going to go in on both, actually. The Survivor Series WarGames men's and women setup seemed kind of odd to me. Seems odd. They both seem odd. I got smoked not just for the women's, but for the men's too. And what I mean is, now we got the women's match official. That's what we have here. Now you would think after it's all set, we good, everything's gonna be A-okay. Wrong. It's not. One thing I will say that seemed kind of strange to me. We'll look at Team Rhea side, the left side here. We got Rhea Ripley who just came back. We didn't know what was going on with her. We didn't know if it was still what the deal was with her injury. But, she been hurt off and on. So she's already questionable. Then she's back. I mean, it's good, I guess, to fool us, but at the same time, it's not. That's one thing. Another thing, we have Iyo Sky. We'll get to Iyo Sky in a minute. Let's go back. Naomi, I don't have a problem with her being inside this WarGames match. She makes sense. She has beef with Nia Jax, Timmy Stratton, Candice LeRae. We've been seeing that for a minute now. That's a couple months actually. I really don't have no smoke for Naomi. Bianca and Jay being in this match, now I got a big problem with that. Huge problem with that. And the problem is, why, oh why, literally why, oh why, do we have the tag team champions that's supposed to represent the tag team division? They always said that the tag team champions is going to take on all the competition, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. You guys remember when Bianca Jay said that in their promos? Why are they in this match? You already proved that you are the tag team champions. And the last time you defended those belts was against Liv and Raquel Rodriguez, and you beat them. Now, I get it. They attacked Liv and Raquel attacked champions, Bianca Jay, SmackDown. I get it. But that just happened on Friday. They could have ran that back. They had nothing else to prove. They don't need to be in this match. And the 2 other spots to go to other people. Now let's get on to Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky. I guess you just turned face. It's not official for whatever reason. Thing about my issue with Iyo Sky. Why are you in this match? I get that you have a future women's world championship against Liv Morgan. I get that, but you're still in a stable and tag team known as Damage Control. How are you there? And there's no Kairi Sane, there's no Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai came back, but why Kairi Sane with you? So I don't get her story either. And honestly, as far as Iyo goes, Iyo, you could have easily been replaced. And you could have been replaced by a very good individual. Very good individual that could take the spot. and it could have been Bayley. Bayley should be taking your spot in this match. Bayley should be taking your spot. Bayley should be in this match. And they made an announcement about it earlier. They said the first time since WarGames came to the main roster, Bayley is not in the women's annual Survivor Series WarGames match. But Bayley makes more sense than Iyo. Instead of seeing Iyo over there on the right, we should have Bayley there. That should be the real poster there. Real poster. So I don't get why they're not running with that narrative. I don't get why they're not having Bayley in this match. So I don't understand that at all. I don't get the whole deal with that. Why is that? I don't know. But this is no good. No good at all. I think it's kind of going to ruin the matchup coming in. Some people may not want to admit it, but this match ain't going to be nothing like last year. I'm going to say that right now. Nothing like last year. I think, and Iyo, back to her, she's clearly there for the trash can spot. We see that. That's really the only reason why you're there. But let's just call it what it is. You're there for the trash can spot. You're there to make things happen. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that's what they're doing. They're using Iyo for that spot. That stinks. And again, you know what happens when stuff stinks.
You just made the list!
So yeah, I don't like where this is going. I think this is bad booking. And I don't think this match is going to be all that good. And it's going to bring down the PLE quality of Survivor Series WarGames. Now that's the women's. That's the women's side. I mean, another thing, Bianca Belair don't have to be in there. And then Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, we'll talk about that side. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton don't need to be on Team Liv. Nia Jax, have you forgot that you just fought Liv at Crown Jewel for that Crown Jewel Championship? Why are you teaming up with her? You should be teaming up on, honestly, Nia and Tiffany should be on the side of where I got Bayley and Naomi. Take Bianca and Jada and put Tiffany and Liv there. And Liv can find two other people to be with. So, it's just unlikely parents for Survivor. It's unlikely parents. I don't like this at all. I don't like why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? I don't know why, but that's how they want to run it. And this is no good, guys. No good. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I said maybe it's just me, but it don't make sense. But I'm gonna get to more how to book this whole thing. We'll get to more into that. We'll get to the men's WarGames match. Now, the men's WarGame match, another unlikely pairing. Now, for this side, Roman, Uso, Sammy. I don't have a problem with this side. They just need one more guy. Seth Rollins don't have to be necessarily him, but that's what they're going with. Fine, go with that. But the other side here, I mean, I don't know. The Seth thing, we've seen this before. I'm not big on Seth being on his side. That's what they want to do, but I'm not big on it. You're going to have Seth, Jay, and Sammy on the same side. Just like last year. Like, this is literally, like Figure 4 said earlier, this is a clear of Triple H booking style. And this is rinse and repeat. We see, for Roman's side, if Seth gets on his team, more likely, we're going to see 3 to 5 men on this team with Roman and the rest of the OG bloodline. And 3 of them was on the same team last year. Even Sami Zayn said it. Like, come on, man, we gotta do better than that. You know? I mean, Solo, he got his team, and even Bronson Reed is a good addition. But we've seen this before. And again, you know what happens when you do that. We all know what happens when you book that.
You just made the list!
You know, I'm not a fan of this at all. Don't know how this is going to work. That's what they're doing. More power to them. But I'm not a fan of this at all, guys. I'm just not. All Roman Reigns bad book and what's not booked in the events is both for under Triple H. Yeah. Roman's part-time too. Zayn said, I don't like that they put random people in the women's war. Yeah, I don't either. Right there with you. I don't like it either. No more than you do. It doesn't make any sense. It's repetitive. It's just dumb. Holds no weight pretty much. Really holds no weight. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I have no idea, but this is just not a good situation. I don't like it. It's very poor booking, very lazy, and it's going to show. Whether you want to like it or not, it's going to show. But that's what I have for what went wrong with Raw. Let's get on to current news, and then we get to the bonus round. Let's get to that right now, actually. All right. Current news. We want to talk about the women. We want to talk about a particular individual in the women's WarGames match. And the person I'm going to highlight on here is going to be someone that's going to make history very soon. And the person I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about someone very influential. They have been involved in literally all the WarGames matches. Pretty much all of them. Now they are set to make, like I said, make history. They're set to do their thing. But the thing about it is, I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Even though I'm not pleased of how this whole booking's been going for the women's WarGames match, one thing I will give credit for something. I have my reservations for. I'm still going to highlight this right now. And it should be highlighted in case you guys did not know. If you don't know, now you're about to know. And the thing about it is, this is a part of Triple H's booking style. I'm going to say that too. We're going to highlight Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky is set to make history at WarGames. The history she make is she's pretty much the queen of WarGames. She's the queen of WarGames. If you guys did not notice already, it's probably been floating online. Iyo has been involved in all the women's WarGame matches. If you look at the history here, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, last year 2023, and this year 2024 WarGames match. She has been involved in every match. No woman has ever done it with Iyo. And Iyo's great in the ring, and I gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeet.
So she is definitely shining like a diamond in this one. And she's mostly known, and this is why Triple H books her. She's known for the famous trash can spot. Now you know she's done this trash can spot plenty of times. She's done it at 2020 and last year, 2020 NXT Takeover, and last year in 2023 Survivor Series WarGames match. So she's been doing her thing in the match. Definitely. Without shadow of a doubt. I'll give her credit. We shouldn't have a woman walk in this match and they could do the stuff he was doing. Yeah. And since she's known for the trash can spot, since she's been in every women's War Games match since it arrived on WWE, what will she do this year? I don't know what. I hope they don't do the trash can spot again. Not that we don't like it, but we've seen it already twice. Once on the main roster, once on NXT. And I actually have watched all the women's War Game matches to this point, from 2019 to now. But she's definitely going to set the record this year. Much credit to Iyo Sky. I like how she does everything in the ring. I like how she shines. So it's great what she's doing. I just don't want to see another, like I say, rinse and repeat. I don't want to see that again. So we gotta see how that's gonna go. Like I said, I don't know how they're gonna do that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna definitely highlight this at the PLE. They're definitely going to do that. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They're gonna announce it like, I'm pretty sure the women's gonna open up. They always had the women's open up the PLE. They always do that. But we have to see what's gonna go on next. That's how they're gonna do it. But she's definitely shining. She's the queen of that category. That when I think of women's War Games match, I think of Iyo Sky. She did it even before she was Iyo Sky, when she was Iyo Shirai. If you guys remember that. So I think that's a great setup. I think so. I think that'll be a good way to get things going. And I don't know, it seems like it'll be good things for Iyo. She definitely made history. She's always mostly on. It could be either the bad or a good side for Iyo. I know she does do that. She always try to find a way to win. She always does. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure. That I'm not sure about. That I'm not sure. If I had to, like I said, it'll be very solid to do. Very solid to do. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. That's how they're gonna do that one. But like I said, much credit to her. I think that'll be great for her. But we gotta see how they're gonna set this whole thing up. We gotta see how it's gonna go. I don't know, guys, but Iyo is definitely about to make history. If you cannot keep blaming Vince McMahon for Triple H mistakes, no, they can't. No more Vince McMahon mistakes. We'll give Iyo credit's due. We'll give her props. Like I said, I like Iyo. I just hope they don't really, like I said, do that again, or it could be, I don't know. It could be anything. So only time will tell what they're gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I think that'd be a good idea to set that up. Very good idea to set that up. So we'll see what the next move is going to be. We'll see what the next move will be for that matter. But Iyo is definitely the queen of War Games. She's the queen of War Games, and that's why she's in this match. I like that she's in the match. I just don't like how. I hope they don't continue to run with that every single year. I think Iyo, she's very talented. She's great and all, but her talents could be used other besides that match. Besides that, so I think that'll be good. But we'll see. We'll see what the next one. And that's all I have for Iyo Sky, who is the queen of WarGames. Let's switch gears, guys, and we're gonna go to the bonus round. We're gonna talk about how to book the women's. Oh, let me take that back. One thing I forgot to mention, what we do, she's also made a record of this. If you look here, guys, Iyo has been in more matches than any other female. If you look here, look at the list of all the women that's been in WarGames. If you look, we have what? Candice LeRae, 2 appearances, 2 victories. Raquel, 2. Asuka, 2. Dakota, 4. Alexa Bliss, 1. Becky Lynch, 2. Cora Jade, 1. Rush just 1. And then we get to Kaylee Ray, which is Alba Fire, 2. Rhea Ripley's done 3. Iyo 5 going to number 6. Bianca, she's done 3 going to 4th. Charlotte and Shotzi 1. Ember Moon, which is known as Athena, 1. Bailey's done 2. Mandy Rose 1. Nikki Cross 1. Shayna 1. Kyrie 1. So these are all the women that's competed in the WarGames match, whether it's for NXT or the main roster. That's what they have. But that's what they're gonna do. Like I said, we're gonna head off into the bonus round now. We're gonna talk about how to book the women's WarGames match. You guys give me a couple moments. Let me set that up. All right, guys, we're here at the bonus round. We are going to talk about how to book the women's War Games match. So how we will book this. I know we talked about this earlier. How are you going to book the women's? I don't like how this parent's going. Like I said, just some ideas. But I mentioned some earlier. Like I said, we're going to figure out what's the best scenario. How can we do this? What would be the best way to book these particular matches? How can we get this going? What would be the best way possible? And we gotta see how that will go. Now I'm gonna have it's gonna be a booking, but I'm gonna have it with a twist. That's how I'm gonna book this whole thing. You're gonna see how I set this up, guys, and I'll tell you how this will start to finish. Who I have on each team. Now I'll go over one team first, and then I'll go over the next team. So who will win what? Who will do what? Let's go over one team first. You guys go get the likes up. Let's get into it. But now we recall Iyo Sky to match. Iyo Sky to match with Morgan. The war against women's War Games is not happy from not vested. Will probably won't want to watch it. Don't blame you. But let's get into it, guys. I'm going to go into myself. I'm going to go into we'll go into each team. The teams we have now, it's not going to be exactly that whole team. This is how we'll do it. Let's go over Team Liv first. For one, this will be Team Liv. Team Liv will be this squad here. I will have Liv, Raquel Rodriguez, Iyo Sky, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. And I'm going to tell you why I would set it up this way. It makes sense. I'll explain in a second why it will go down like this. And the reason for that being, the reason I would set it up like that, because this is Raw. And I'm going, of course, to on the main roster. They don't have to necessarily get along, but they're fighting for. It's not team supremacy either. I get that, but we're talking about story. Most of the stories is going to be on the same show. That's how I would book it. Now, if you look at the team, I'm going to mention in a second how this team will go. The way this team will go, actually, that makes sense. Let me get this little. You see everybody on there. We got Liv Morgan. We have Raquel Rodriguez, Iyo Sky, Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai. Now, Iyo Sky, she's been mostly in a tag team, right? She's in that stable to damage control. All three of them can work together to win for their team. Now, despite Iyo Sky, going to fight Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, she could still work with Liv and Raquel. Raquel's the power. Liv got the smart wits. Iyo got we already mentioned Iyo, what she could do in a War Games match. Dakota does her thing in War Games. She's had a lot of appearances, a lot of experience. And Kairi, the one that has a lot of experience is Liv. They could definitely battle it out. These five could battle it all out. I know Dakota Kai just came back from injury. I'm not expecting some major hot shot and doing something crazy. That's for Iyo. I can still see this team working very well together. You have the whole damage control. Iyo, who's always aligned with Dakota and Kairi. They're stable. Most stables are known to be together when it comes to War Games matches. We've seen that in history. We've seen Bloodline in War Games matches. We've seen Undisputed Era in NXT. And, we've seen Judgment Day do it last year. Then Raquel and Liv also on the same page. So this could be a very good way to set this up. All women can go against each other. Now I know the other team got more stronger women, but you gotta be. It ain't about strength and war games. It's about being smart too. So that's the team I would have set up: Liv, Raquel, Iyo, Dakota, Kyrie. That's team one. That's one team right there I have. Now let's go to the second team. Second team will be Team Rhea. This is Team Rhea. And this how we do Team Rhea. Storyline: Rhea Ripley, Bianca, and Jay will stay on the same team. Tag team champions. They have the beef, we know. Even though it just started, they beat it for the belts. They retain their titles against Liv and Raquel. I get it. What I would do, which I don't understand, why Bayley isn't in this match. Bayley, who's had a history with damage control, but also can use her strength and smarts to help her team for Team Rhea. Now, and she's also aligned with Naomi. Now, I know she hasn't had the best relationship with Bianca Belair, because she made Bianca Belair run tough. But if they could put Iyo with Bianca, why not put Bayley with Bianca? They all came from damage control. And that's what Survivor Series is about. People who normally don't team together. And they're on the same show, SmackDown. So this is the team I was set up. You got Rhea leading the pack. You got the tag team champs. You got Bayley, who always does her thing in War Games matches. I think she's done 3 matches, I want to say. Naomi, her and Bayley can work together. Bianca and Jay can work together. And Rhea can work together, all of them. And this will be the key to having them win. It could be the key. You know? Now, here's where things get interesting. I'm gonna have a little turning point with this match, how it booked. And I don't know if it'll be a most popular move, but I think it'll work out just fine. Now that's how I would do it. We've seen this at War Games before, especially for the NXT division. We've seen this time and time again. Now, the way I would do it, what's the best way to do it? I will have the match going on. Like I said, this is a very good stacked team. And we saw that they have the power on their side in Rhea, Bianca, Jade, and Bayley. And, you know, the other team you have, the only power you got is Raquel. Now, there is, if you notice on both teams, I've taken out Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae. Taking all 3 of them out, and I inserted. I'm talking about both teams all together. I took them all out because I don't think they're needed. But what they can do to set this up, like I said, could be a good turning point within this match. Now, this could be, I would say, right when she goes into the War Game, she get to kick it off. But the way I would do it for this particular match, you could have Naomi kick it off for her team, or she could be the second person to go in. But here's the kicker. When you do have Naomi going in to set up for her spot, and this is where things will get very interesting. You have Naomi go in, like I said, maybe I would have Bayley kick it off to prove that she's down for the team. You have Naomi going second or first, whatever it matters. It's pretty much interchangeable at this point. But the way I would do it, though, when Naomi does go into the inside the cage, what I would do, you have her come out. She does her thing. She's cheered on by her teammates and everything. Everyone's happy to see Naomi get onto the scene. She seems like she's going to be advantage to help, which you can do, which would be a good scenario. What I would do is have Naomi go in first or second. It don't even matter. First or second. Like I said, we're gonna highlight on Naomi. We'll highlight on that. So we'll highlight Naomi. Should be going in, like I said, first and second. What you can do, have her go in. She goes and get ready. But here's the crazy part. She goes in, she gets really attacked. She gets attacked bad. She gets attacked so bad, she's taken out of the WarGames match, and it goes from being 5 women to 4 because this one is gone. What happens? Candice LeRae comes out of nowhere. She can attack Naomi even before she go in. She could get it could be her, Tiffany, and Nia. All 3 of them could take her out. It could be because Candice and Naomi be going at it on SmackDown. She could take Naomi out and take her out of the match, and the refs let everyone know the match. Naomi could no longer compete. And that puts this dominant team that we have here of 5 women at now a disadvantage. Now it went from 5, it started off, now it's going to 4. And it'll be these 4 against these 5. I can see that happening. It could be a very good situation. Very good situation. And it would be perfect, actually. There will be no more Naomi as far as that goes. Like I said, it makes things very, very interesting for the Survivor Series match. Very interesting. Like I said, and we've seen this in WarGames before. You start off with 5, then you end up getting 4. This has happened plenty of times. But, like I said, there's more to the story. And when we do that, like I said, because Naomi's taken out of commission, really taken out, now it comes down to they're short. Like I said, what started off so good, so dominant, look like they can't be beatable, look like an all-star team. That's why I set it up like that. And now it goes from 5 to 4. What are you going to do? This is what we get now. There's no more Naomi. And now it gives this team a chance to possibly win the match. Because now, since the other team's down an extra person, no one's going to step up. Now that gives this team that looked like they had no size advantage. Now they have, the strength and numbers apply. I think that'll be good. So, like I said, you start off with this team. I don't like teams they got. I say you start with this team against this team. This team against this team. Good 5-on-5. I know people say size advantage for this team. True. But Candice takes out Naomi. And now we go down from this team to that. And then they work their way up. And what happened is, despite this team looking like they're down and out, the size advantage, the strength in numbers, Bianca, Jade, and Bayley. Now Bayley, who I said was really going to work with Naomi, Naomi's out of the equation. She's out of the match. Now Bayley really has to work well, not just with Rhea, but Bianca, mostly, and Jade. I know Jade really don't have no beef with Bayley because she just got to WWE a year ago, but now they're going to have to work together. And guess what? These 4 women work together so well, so cohesively, that they end up shutting down this team. They shut down this team. That's what it comes down to. And I think if you do it like that, that will make things so interesting. No one will expect that to come. But you got to have Candice, Nia, and Tiffany all take that out. That's how I would do that situation there. That's how I would do that. And I think it'll make perfect sense to do that. I think it'll be great. And I think that'll be good for the squad. Very good for the squad. And then next thing you know, since they're working so well together, they're gonna be unstoppable and they're gonna shut down that whole team, even with Iyo and having a numbers advantage over them. They're gonna work so well together. And when they work so well together, it's gonna come to Bailey and Bianca. It's gonna be they're gonna be unbeatable, and you're gonna come to a good understanding. Like, we had beef, but we all pulled it out together. And the way I would book this, the finish, you could have actually Bailey get the win for her team. She could pin Liv or Raquel, whoever, and this would be the winner. I would have the winner of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Bailey, -1. Naomi taken out, and they defeat this team right here, which would be Liv, Raquel, Iyo Sky, Dakota Kai, and Kairi Sane. Now, I know Iyo, I don't know if she's a babyface or a tweener. I don't know how that would go, but this is mostly a heel team, and this here mostly will be a babyface team. Mostly babyfaces win at Survivor Series WarGames events. That's how we do that. Simone Production, salute to you. Feel good back stream. Appreciate you coming out, bro. Appreciate it. Finally, the Rock has come back to RCR. Hear that, man. Thank you. It's good to have you here. Team is ultimate, yes, but that's how I will book this particular WarGames, guys. This team here, the way I see it, this is how I feel when I see these WarGames set up together.
And no yeet.
This is the best way to book it, and that's how we'll book the Women's Survivor Series WarGames match for November 30th. Team Liv versus Team Rhea. You guys let me know if you agree, or do you have any other ideas or suggestions of how to book this particular thing. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out, checking out the stream. We are prepared for NXT coming on later tonight. We'll cover that tomorrow. We do have Survivor Series next week. We also have AEW Full Gear Saturday, but we do have the same weekend as Survivor Series next weekend. We do have TNA Turning Point, and I believe it's the 29th, that Friday. I may do a watch along. I might. We'll see. But other than that, though, guys, thanks for coming out. Thanks for checking everything out. Appreciate it. We covered a lot here. Soon to videos to pop up, guys. You guys let me know what you think of the content. You guys already know what it is at this point. It is OUT.
Like I say this a lot, we're not a sport, we're a movie about a sport, or a TV show about a sport, right? So the interest of all the other...
I feel like the heel turn did wonders for me. There was a sense of reality in that, to where I had hit a point, and the babyface stuff was going great. The Alpha Academy stuff was going great. We had a blast with that. But I'm a realist, and I'm also like a long-term thinker.